A Monster Calls is a fantasy drama movie directed by Juan Antonio Bayona and starring Felicity Jones, Sigourney Weaver, Toby Kebbell, and a really talented young actor. This movie is based on a novel that, of course, I have not read, but still, I'm actually quite interested right now to check it out because this movie is quite good. And if you don't know the director, he is the same one who made The Orphanage in 2007, the Spanish thriller drama horror movie, which is great, a truly great movie. And he is pretty much a protege of director Guillermo del Toro, and I love Guillermo del Toro, he's one of my favorite directors of all time. And A Monster Calls is pretty similar to another Del Toro movie, Pan's Labyrinth, which I adore, as most of you know, and this movie is great. It's not perfect, it didn't quite get there, but it was very darn close enough, and it's very sad to know that this movie hasn't had a lot of success commercially speaking, because all those that are watching it are loving it, or at least liking it. Unfortunately, no one saw it, and it's mainly due to two things. Marketing, which was pretty much non-existent, and the one that existed was pretty terrible. It depicted this kind of like an action movie with a monster. And then, it's a hard movie to market. That's the other thing, how can you sell this movie? And honestly, this is one of those dramas aimed at families, aimed at children. And I do like that those kinds of dramas exist, because most of the time when we get family movies, kids movies nowadays, they're overly stupid, simplistic, straightforward, dare I say pandering to the children, and that's not good for them. When I was little, I watched some very horrible movies, but I also watched some very mature movies made for children by actual adults who wanted to tell a compelling story with as little stupid shit as possible. And this movie has pretty much no moments of levity, just a couple of small moments. But other than that, it's a serious movie. It's about a small child whose mother is dying of cancer. One night he sees a monster, a tree monster, and the monster is going to tell him 3 stories. And when the stories are told, they are told in an animated form, and they are gorgeous. They are truly fantastic. And there is also some CGI in the movie, of course the actual monster, and some scenes of destruction. They looked good, they did not look incredible, they didn't even look all that fake, honestly. It was just the right balance of the two things. And also the acting itself, it's pretty great, I have no complaints whatsoever. Sigourney Weaver surprised me, I'm not the biggest fan of her, but she did a great job as the grandmother. Felicity Jones stole every scene that she was in. She's probably the best supporting actress of a movie that was released last year. She's great, she's truly great, but the main standout of the movie was the little kid whose name I do not remember, but it's written right here. He did a great job, you believed him, he carries the entire movie on his shoulders, and that's impressive. And also Liam Neeson voices the monster, and that's nice. It's always nice to hear Liam Neeson's voice. And also the music itself, which is made by Fernando Velázquez, whatever, it's great, and he is the same composer from Crimson Peak, and if I'm not mistaken also other Guillermo del Toro movies. So I really like this movie. It's not for everybody. If you like your children's fantasy movies to be a little bit more about the actual fantasy and slightly more fun and enjoyable, this is not the movie for you, because it's pretty serious, it's dark, the ending is sad, also slightly uplifting in a weird way, and I liked it, I really did like it. It's one of the best movies of last year, not in the top 5, but it was very well made, very great technically speaking, the acting was great. Probably the only real problem with the movie is the pacing. Even though it's just 1 hour and 40 minutes long, it still felt a little slow in just 1 or 2 scenes in the second act, but other than that, I highly recommend you check this movie out. It's a shame that it's already got out of most theaters, but still guys, have you heard of The Monster Calls? Do you want to see it? Tell me in the comments below. thanks as always for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.